Welcome to Amberg Acres. So after the holidays, I put the backhoe back on. I removed the quick hitch, and I actually think I kind of got this figured out now. This is the second time I had it on and off, and it went a lot easier this time. So I did it by maneuvering, using the bucket back there to push and turn and kind of maneuver the hooks up to get it on. And it went on much easier. And I think what I'll do is I'll wait until I'm real comfortable with it before I would put out a video on putting that backhoe back on. But I think I got it kind of figured out now, the easier way to do it. So what we're doing today is we're getting some stumps out. I dug this one out yesterday. I just wanted to show you how big of a hole you have to dig to get out a, I don't know, 13, 14 inch diameter stump. So every stump is different. White pines usually have a shallow root system. Popples have a shallow root systems. The spruces, yeah, they're shallow, but there are a lot of them. That's what that was. There's a lot of roots. I'll show you that one in a minute. So everyone is different. You get into the hardwoods. The hardwoods have the big long taproot, and they're kind of hard to get out. But what you have to do is you have to break the big root. And you have to dig out far enough where your backhoe has enough power to break that root. And once you have that root broke, then you have to work your way around the stump and do it to all them roots. And once you have all them bigger roots broke, then it usually pops right out of there. There's nothing, as you can see, there's hardly no roots underneath it. It's just all the way around the outside. So that's what we're going to do today. I got 3 or 4, yeah, maybe 5, depends which one I want to grab there. The two closest to the road I may not even try to do, but I got 4 right here for sure. So we're going to dig those out today and get them ripped out so that we can mow the lawn decent and stuff out here in the front yard. And then we'll have to get these holes filled back in. So I want to go over, I'll show you this other stump. So when I'm talking about the big root, I'm talking about these big roots coming out the side. That's probably 4 or 5 inches in diameter. And you got to get out far enough that you can break that root. And there were probably, I want to say there were, on this stump here, there were 3 or 4 good sized roots. You can see one right here in the front. Okay, there were 3 or 4 good sized roots that I had to break through before I could get that stump to pop out. And other than them big roots right on top, and they spread out quite a ways. That you know, if you would dig out all the way to the end of the root, you'd be out 20 feet probably. So once you get through them roots, the rest of that stump came out pretty easy. So we're gonna start with this first one right here and see what it takes. That one's probably, I don't know, 8 or 10 inches diameter only. So let's see how that goes. Well, there's one. Like I said, you got these big ones coming out. And once you break through them, there were 2 or 3 on this stump here. And once I got through them, the thing just pops right out. The rest of it's not held in by much. Plus it's all sand down there, so the sand doesn't have a real good grip on it in the first place. We're gonna get the rest of these done. And then I got a couple across the street we gotta do. Okay, I got those 3 out right there. These bigger ones over here. Right there. There's one right here. That one's been there for a while already. I would have to dig a pretty big hole to get those bigger ones out like that. And being that it's close to the road, there's a cable right in there in front of those trees. So I think I'm just gonna leave them. I'm just gonna cut them off flush. So we're gonna go over to the field and dig out a couple of them stumps over there that I need to get out. Wow, what a difference a week makes. A little bit of rain. We got a little bit of rain yesterday. Oh, I don't know how much, but it rained for probably an hour and a half maybe. And look at this. This looks really nice. I need to come over and spray some of this grass now. So there's a lot of grass growing over there. I'm gonna come out and spray that. Let's go down on the other end and see how that looks down there where that new dirt was put in. Well, definitely not as thick down there, but it's definitely growing. So that's good. It's good. At least we'll have some stuff growing down there. You know? It grew in really nice right here. You can see how the rows of the cultivator, that's where the seeds end up rolling into those grooves. And kind of makes rows. Even though you didn't plant them in rows, you just spread them. It still kind of makes rows. You can see the rows all the way down. But yeah, I'm happy now. It's, what are we at? June 5th, I think? Today is June 4th. We planted this on the, I don't know, around the 18th. Around the 18th of May. Well, we got some stumps. We got a couple stumps over there. And we got these 2 stumps right here I want to get out. So that we can plow that in there. There's 2 more out. We're gonna go get them 2 out in the middle of the field there for now. Right now, I think that'll be it. I have a couple over here that probably should come out one of these days, but I ain't gonna do them today. They're not really in my way of what I'm trying to do, so I'll leave them there for right now. If they rot for another year, that makes them easier to get out next year. All right, we're gonna go over there and do the ones in the middle of the field. So if you're wondering why I have a change of clothes right in the middle of this video, I got sick yesterday while I started digging this stump. We went out to eat Saturday night with some friends. And I probably never told you this before because it never came up, but I am allergic to shrimp, okay? Or shellfish, basically. I felt fine that night. We didn't even drink Saturday night, you know, alcohol or anything. I got up yesterday morning and I kind of felt off, you know, like I was coming down with something. And by the time I was in the middle of this digging these stumps, I was violently ill. So the only thing I can chalk it up to is it was something I ate Saturday night. I don't know, you know, if the restaurants, I ordered chicken, my wife had steak, but some of the other people had shrimp. I don't know if they fry that all in the same oil, and if they do, that's not a good thing. But I'm not blaming a restaurant. You know, I should have asked or should know better. When people, when they have shrimp on them special or whatever, they're probably frying it all in the same oil, and I'm thinking that's what got me. And I feel a little better today, not 100%, but I'm gonna see if I can finish these stumps up. Just letting you guys know why I changed clothes here and stuff. It's I got really sick yesterday, and it's one of those things that you got to watch out for. It's happened before. We went to a Japanese restaurant for New Year's Eve a few years ago, and I got violently ill. Everybody was having shrimp, and they cook it all on the same table there, on the same thing right in front of you, and that was all it took, was for me to get really sick. All right, let's get going here. Enough about me. Let's get this going. How you doing there, buddy? Huh? I gotta feed you today, don't I? All right, well, I hope you get the idea of what it takes to get one of these stumps out. Now, this was my first cherry, so it was a pretty good sized one. But you can see the difference in the roots there. How, you know, they got the big ones going out the bottom, and those weren't actually that bad on this one to get them loose. Sometimes on the oaks, that big taproot is kind of a bugger to get it to break out. But you got these big roots going out like that, compared to that spruce that was just kind of like a ball. So there's a big difference depending on, you know, what type of stump. I've done a couple of smaller oaks, and they were pretty hard to get out. So I spent, this is probably 2 hours tractor time. You know, not the whole project. I'm talking just tractor time on the clock on the tractor. This was probably 2 hours. Those 3 I did yesterday, those took me about 1.5 hours to get all 3 of those out. The big one that I did the day before, that I showed you the big hole, that was probably 1.5 hours tractor time just by itself. So it gives you an idea what that would cost you to get a stump dug out. Sometimes you're better off just grinding them. If you can grind them down a little bit and just work over the top of them, that's better. But you know, those guys charge too, those stump grinders. There you have it. I'm gonna finish this up. I got this other littler one here to dig out, and there's a rock right in here somewhere I want to get out. I think we're gonna call her quits then after that, and we're gonna get back to that farmhouse this week sometime. So if you like these videos, you know, make sure you give me a thumbs up and keep watching.